Paano palalaguin ang retirement fund without taking too much risk? In this video, pag-usapan natin ang best investments for retirees and those nearing retirement that can help generate regular income, preserve your capital, and help protect your purchasing power against inflation. Merong simple guideline na ginagamit to estimate how much of your retirement portfolio can be allocated to equities or stocks. Ito yung tinatawag na Rule of 110. The idea is simple. Just subtract your age from 110 and then the result gives you an estimate of how much of your portfolio could be allocated to equity, and then yung remaining percentage can be allocated to more conservative investments to protect your capital. For example, 50 years old ka na ngayon at malapit ka na mag-retire, the Rule of 110 suggests allocating up to 60% of your portfolio to stocks or equities, including equity funds. And then the remaining 40% can be invested in more conservative investments gaya ng MP2, time deposits, and government securities. As you age, lower your stock exposure and increase stability. The Rule of 110 is just a general guideline. Your asset allocation will still depend on your risk tolerance and overall financial situation. Kasi may mga kilala akong retirees na conservative talaga. Ayaw nila mag-invest sa individual stocks. So gusto nila sa bangko lang and MP2. Before I continue, quick shoutout muna sa mga bagong YouTube channel members ko, kay Esris MM, Sugar Balls, Richel Planas, and Sumailo, Amir Libay, Geshem, and Edilberto. Maraming salamat for joining as channel members and supporting my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your support. Now, let's continue. Iba ang priorities natin from someone who is still in their 20s or 30s na mas focused sa growth and maximizing returns. Instead, we want investments that can provide a balance of income, stability, and growth. So what should retirees and those nearing retirement look for when choosing investments? Unang-una, syempre, passive income. Passive income is money you earn without actively working for it. Since many retirees no longer receive a regular paycheck, investments that generate dividends or interest can help provide a steady source of income to cover everyday expenses. Next is capital preservation. Protecting your hard-earned money becomes very important pag retired ka na or nearing retirement ka na. Avoid taking unnecessary risk. This was the biggest investing mistake I made back in 2019. Nagtiwala lang ako sa nag-invite sa akin na mag-invest sa isang private equity. I relied too much on someone else's recommendation instead of doing my own due diligence. It was a very expensive lesson. Okay lang maski maliit ang interest or dividend, basta safe ang pera. Kaysa maghanap ka ng mataas na kita pero high risk naman at mas malaki ang probability na mawala ang pera mo. Kailan may protection against inflation? Your money should continue to grow. Otherwise, inflation can gradually reduce your purchasing power over time. Finally, your investments should match your age, risk tolerance, and financial situation. Start tayo sa lower risk investment options. Hindi man sila ang may pinakamataas na returns, they play a very important role in a retirement portfolio. Their primary purpose is to help preserve your capital, provide stability, and reduce the overall risk of your retirement portfolio. Ang mga investments na ito ay suitable for conservative investors. For example, if you're 60 years old, you may consider allocating up to 50% of your portfolio to these lower risk investments. The first option is high yield savings account. Ideally to for your emergency fund or cash that you may need in the near future. kasi you can access your money whenever you need it. Digital banks typically offer higher interest rates compared to traditional banks due to lower operating expenses. I like Maya Savings kasi I can boost my monthly interest. Kaya lang up to 100,000 lang ang pwedeng i-boost ang interest up to 15% per annum. Sa Bangko Todo Savings, you can get 5% per annum from 5,000 pesos to 1 million pesos deposit. And then, merong 20% withholding tax ang interest rates sa savings account. Next ay time deposit. With a time deposit, you agree to keep your money with the bank for a fixed period, up to 5 years pag sa traditional banks, in exchange for a guaranteed interest rate. Since your money is locked in until maturity, time deposits usually offer higher interest rates than regular savings accounts. PDIC insured ang pera sa bangko up to 1 million pesos per depositor. Meron ding 20% withholding tax ang interest ng time deposits. Another low-risk option is money market funds. They offer better returns than a regular savings account while still maintaining lower risk and good liquidity. Madali lang mag-redeem ng money market funds, usually within 24 hours. So makakapag-redeem ka na. Hindi nagbibigay ng dividends ang money market fund. Instead, they earn interest income from short-term investments. And then, that interest is reflected in an increase sa fund's net asset value. Kaya ang investment value mo ay tataas over time rather than paying regular cash dividends. Ang annual growth rate ay nasa around 4% net of fees na ito. This is for Manulife Money Market Fund sa regular trading account sa broker. Pwede kang mag-invest sa money market funds through banks or through brokers. Pero kung meron kang pera account sa Dragonfly, mas malaki ang annual growth rate kasi walang 20% tax sa earnings ng money market fund inside pera account. Nasa 5% to 6.41% ang annual growth rate. This is for BPI Pera Money Market Fund. Maski above 55 years old ka na, pwede ka pa rin mag-open ng pera account sa Dragonfly. Pero kailangan mo mag-contribute for 5 years sa iyong pera account para walang penalty at tax pag nag-withdraw ka. Next ay government securities. Government securities are debt instruments issued by the Philippine government to raise funds for government projects. When you invest in government securities, pinapautang mo ang pera mo sa government. And in return, the government pays you interest and returns your principal when your investment matures. Government securities are considered one of the safest investment options kasi guaranteed ang pera mo by Philippine government. There are two main types of government securities, treasury bills and retail treasury bonds or RTBs. Treasury bills or T-bills are short-term secure investments issued by the Philippine government through the Bureau of Treasury with maturities of 91, 182, or 364 days. Unlike RTBs, T-bills don't pay regular interest every 3 months. Instead, T-bills are sold at a discount. For example, you invest 50,000 pesos today and receive around 52,500 pesos at maturity. The 2,500 pesos is the interest you earn. Ang retail treasury bonds naman or RTBs are longer-term government securities that can provide a stable stream of income. Mas matagal ang holding period nito compared to T-bills, more than 1 year, with terms that can extend up to 20 years or more. RTBs offer a fixed interest rate. The government pays interest every 3 months, kaya makakatanggap ka ng regular interest quarterly throughout the bond's life. Typical interest rate ay nasa around 6 to 7% per annum, depending on prevailing market conditions. Merong 20% withholding tax ang interest. RTBs are designed for retail investors, making them accessible for Filipinos na gustong mag-invest sa government securities. There are several ways to invest sa government securities. GCash G-Bonds allows you to invest in 91-day treasury bills and retail treasury bonds or RTBs. Depende kung ano ang available. Another option is through PDACs where you can invest in treasury bills and RTBs. Pwede rin sa mga banks. They also offer government securities pero higher ang minimum investment sa banks. Minimum investment may vary depende sa bangko. If you prefer investing through a stockbroker, First Metrosec also provides access to government securities. Meron silang treasury bills and RTBs. Meron din silang fixed rate treasury notes or FXTNs. So you can choose the platform that's more convenient for you. Ang fixed rate treasury notes or FXTNs ay another type of government securities. Just like RTBs, they also pay a fixed interest rate. Interest is paid every 6 months. Typical interest rates ay around 5 to 7%, pero the exact rate depends on prevailing market conditions when the bond is issued or when you purchase it sa secondary market. FXTNs are designed for medium to long-term investing with maturities that typically range from 3 to 25 years. Pwede ka ring bumili ng fixed rate treasury notes sa mga banks. Available din ito sa First Metrosec. Another type of bond is corporate bond. Companies issue corporate bonds to raise capital. They use the money for expanding their business or funding other projects. I consider corporate bonds low to medium risk investments. To help reduce your risk, it's important to invest in bonds issued by reputable and financially strong companies with a strong track record at walang default record. Key features of corporate bonds. They pay a fixed interest rate. The interest rate is locked in when you invest. Kaya alam mo how much interest you will receive throughout the life of the bond. Interest is typically paid either quarterly or every 6 months depending on the terms of the bond. Corporate bonds have a typical tenor of 3 to 7 years, although this may vary depending on the issuing company. They usually offer higher interest rates than government bonds. That's because investors take on a bit more risk by lending money to a company instead of the government. Availability depends on whether there is an active bond offering o may available na bonds sa secondary market. Sa banks ako usually nag-invest sa corporate bonds. Kaya lang mas malaki ang minimum investment. And pwede rin mag-invest sa First Metrosec if you prefer investing sa broker. Next is Pag-ibig MP2. Isa ito sa pinaka-popular na investments among Filipinos. MP2 is a voluntary savings and investment program offered by the government through the Pag-ibig Fund for Pag-ibig members. Over the past 5 years, MP2 has declared annual dividend rates from 6% to 7.12%. Tax-free ang dividends ng MP2 and it's also government guaranteed, just like government securities. MP2 funds are managed by the Pag-ibig Fund in accordance with its charter. At least 70% ng funds ay allocated to housing finance, while the rest is invested in government securities and other approved investments. Ang minimum deposit ay 500 pesos lang, pero may lock-in period na 5 years. Pwede mong ma-withdraw ang dividends yearly if you choose the annual dividend payout option upon MP2 account creation. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-MP2 kung wala kang regular Pag-ibig account. So far, we've discussed 6 lower risk investments. These investments are excellent for preserving capital while generating relatively stable returns. However, one challenge investors face is inflation. If your investments earn lower returns than the inflation rate, your purchasing power gradually declines over time. Based on the rule of 110, for example, 60 years old ka ngayon, you can consider allocating up to 50% of your portfolio to stocks and other equity-related investments for higher returns. Preferred shares ay another type of investment for income-focused investors. I consider preferred shares as medium-risk investments. In between siya ng corporate bonds and common stocks. Preferred shares offer higher dividend rates than corporate bonds. Like bonds, they pay fixed quarterly dividends, making them popular among income-focused investors. Not all preferred shares are created equal, kaya importanteng mag-invest lang sa companies with strong financials, healthy cash flow, and manageable debt levels to help reduce your investment risk. At para makasigurado rin na masustain ng kumpanya ang quarterly dividends at maibalik ang pera mo sa redemption date. Typical tenor is 3 to 7 years. The issuing company will redeem the preferred shares on the redemption date as long as walang problema sa financials ng company. Preferred shares are primarily for regular dividend income rather than capital appreciation. You can buy preferred shares sa PSE, pero mababa lang ang trading volume. So, kailangan mo maghintay ng buyer or seller kung gusto mong bumili or magbenta ng preferred shares. Meron akong preferred shares ng ASNB, SMC2O, and CLIA2 ng Cebulan Masters Incorporated. Binili ko yung mga preferred shares na ito nung nagkaroon sila ng offering. Above 7% ang dividend yield nila after tax. Next is dividend fund. Maraming dividend-paying funds available sa brokers, but one fund that I like is the ALFM Global Multi-Asset Income Fund. This is a global feeder fund at ang target fund niya is managed by BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager. ALFM Global Multi-Asset Income Fund is a balanced fund. 54% of the target fund's portfolio ay naka-invest sa fixed income securities that help generate monthly dividends, while around 42% naman is invested in equities for long-term growth potential. I consider this fund a medium risk investment. Among all the dividend funds where I'm invested, the ALFM Global Multi-Asset Income Fund ang may pinaka-consistent na monthly dividend distributions. Annualized yield the past year ay consistently above 6%. Net dividend yield na ito. Since around 42% is invested in equities, meron din siyang potential for capital appreciation. And based sa performance ng fund na ito, positive ang kanyang annualized performance. 19.82% ang past 1-year return niya. Popular ang fund na ito kasi available siya sa GInvest G-Funds ng GCash. Meron din ito sa Maya Investa Funds. Pwede ka rin mag-invest sa fund na ito sa BPI and through brokers like Call Financial and First Metrosec. Wala itong fund na ito sa Dragonfly Securities. Next ay REIT or Real Estate Investment Trust. REIT is a company that operates income-generating assets gaya ng office buildings, hotels, shopping malls, industrial lots, and other assets. REITs are popular among income-focused investors kasi quarterly ang payout ng dividends. They are required by law to distribute at least 90% of their distributable income as dividends to shareholders. Aside from quarterly dividends, meron ding potential for capital appreciation. I consider REITs to be medium to high-risk investment. Depende kung saang REITs ka mag-i-invest. If you decide to invest sa REITs, mag-focus ka sa top-performing REITs with strong sponsor, quality properties, high occupancy rates, strong financials, and good track record of growing dividends to lower your investment risk. Personally, I focus on the top 4 REITs. A-REIT, RCR, C-REIT, and M-REIT. These REITs have strong sponsors and diversified portfolios of income-generating properties. Pinakamalaki ang allocation ko sa RCR and A-REIT. Next ay dividend stocks. Dividend stocks are companies that pay out a part of their earnings to shareholders as dividends. Risk is medium to high. There are 2 ways you can earn money from dividend stocks. First is through dividend income. Pag nag-declare ng dividend ang company, you will receive cash dividends based on the number of shares you own. Pag mas marami kang shares, mas malaki ang dividends na matatanggap mo. You can also grow your money through capital appreciation. If the company continues to grow and becomes more profitable, pwede mag-increase ang share price over time. And if you sell your shares at a higher price than what you paid, you will earn a capital gain. Ang dividend payment schedule ay hindi fixed. Depende sa company. Some companies pay quarterly dividends like LTG, OGP, Globe, RFM, and GSMI. Meron ding semi-annual payout like Meralco, PLDT, Metrobank, and URC. Some companies pay once a year lang, gaya ng Aboitiz Power, MWC, and Maynilad. These are just some of my holdings sa aking signature portfolio. When investing in dividend stocks, don't focus only on high dividend yields. Importante to do your research sa company bago ka mag-invest dito. Choose financially strong companies with a history of paying sustainable dividends and growing their earnings and dividends. Para makapag-invest ka sa REITs and dividend stocks, kailangan mo ng account sa broker para makabili ka ng shares ng REITs and dividend stocks. Pag wala ka pang account sa broker, you can sign up sa Dragonfly using my referral code MoneyWise. You can also check my signature portfolio sa Dragonfly Securities. Hanapin mo lang ang MoneyWise Engineers portfolio. You can follow my signature portfolio or use it as a guide. If you have a higher risk tolerance, you may also consider allocating a small portion of your portfolio to growth funds or ETFs for growth. Kaya lang these investments also come with higher risk. Meron din akong small allocation for growth funds like Atram Global Artificial Intelligence Feeder Fund, Manulife Global Semiconductor, Asia Best Select, at iba pa. And that's it for today's video. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and pakishare na rin para makatulong din sa iba. Thanks for watching!